Welcome to the Better Life Series podcast. My name is Steve Buescher, and this episode is an extension of my Stress Less Living newsletter. It's the idea that to have the best life, sometimes we need to address those things that are causing us difficulty, causing us stress head on. This episode is titled When Leadership Fails You. It's finding sanity, strength, and self in toxic workplaces. It's when that boss is all about image and it's all about control, but creates the most difficult obstacles, the most difficult barriers in getting work done. Today, we're going to jump right in, and I think many of us have experienced this, but not enough of us talk about it honestly. What happens when leadership fails the people it's meant to guide? And more importantly, what do you do when you're the one left holding that weight? There is emotional truth of working under ineffective leaders. It's stressful, it causes difficulties. And often we don't have the tools or the means to manage it. And for many of you, you show up, you care, you do your job with integrity, and yet the person meant to lead is reactive, blaming, or unavailable. It's not just frustrating, it's wounding. It creates micro-traumas every day, tension in your body, loops in your head, moments where you begin to wonder, is it me? Am I the problem? Let's be clear. Burnout is not always about the workload. It's about how unsafe your nervous system feels when you're unseen and unsupported. In systems like these, stress isn't an event, it's an atmosphere. In toxic environments, control becomes the default. Leaders control with blame. Employees control their words, their reactions, their soul. You see people withdraw, and you can feel it in the environment. But humans don't thrive in control, they thrive in connection. The stress of ineffective leadership comes from disconnection from the mission, disconnection from the team, and worst of all, disconnection from yourself. So how do you come back to yourself when everything around you is demanding you abandon your peace? You may not be able to fix your leader. You may not be able to change the system, or at least not right away. But here's what you can do. You can choose presence over panic, clarity over confusion, and connection to yourself over control. This isn't spiritual bypass, it's spiritual strategy. Because staying grounded in your values, breath, and truth isn't weakness, it's wisdom. I'd like to give you 5 practical steps to stress less in a dysfunctional leadership environment. The first one is that micro-detach daily. Take 2 minutes every 2 hours. Step outside, breathe, remember, their behavior is not your identity. Take a moment to allow that belief, that judgment, that experience to be separate from who you are, and just allow that detachment to exist. You can use reflective language when spoken to unfairly. Something like, can you help me understand what success would look like to you? It's this idea of shifting the blame pattern without confrontation. It's asking them when they say something that's not clear, what are they trying to tell you? Often, if you're dealing with someone that may be on that narcissistic spectrum, one of the strategies that they use is to deflect, to pretend not to understand you. And you can notice that the conversation goes from addressing some behavior or some words that were spoken about them, and then all of a sudden the conversation becomes shifted about something entirely different. It's actually a very ingenious strategy. It's dysfunctional, it's painful, but they are able to shift away from themselves and onto some other topic so masterfully. The next thing that you can do, the third thing, is to create a buffer between work and home. Don't take that pain into your house. Before you enter your door, stop. Brush the dust off your feet. Leave the work behind. and enter the house with a new form of energy. Maybe even on the compute, don't replay the day. Instead, repeat, I return to myself. The fourth thing you might do is journal the energy, not just the events. Track what triggers you, not to ruminate, but to reclaim choice. Ask yourself, what was I believing in that moment? And notice, what were you experiencing when that happened? By becoming aware of how you feel, by becoming aware of what triggers you, sometimes it might be linked to a past event. It might be linked to a certain experience, and maybe you can let that go. The important thing here is to validate how you're feeling and not to judge or not to try to control it. The fifth thing is to seek or build micro-communities. Even one trusted colleague can create a pocket of sanity. Support is oxygen. It's that idea that if you have somebody to support you in this journey, you may not feel crazy in the face of toxicity. The closing message that I would like to just give you is you are not powerless. You may not control the system, but you do control your story. You are the keeper of your presence, the witness of your becoming, and even in the absence of leadership, you can still lead the atmosphere around you. Let's not wait for someone to save us. Let's become the sanity we wish leadership would offer. This is stressless living, not because life is easy, but because you are choosing not to carry what is not yours. I'd like to give you a little 5-minute reset for high-stress workdays, a guided reflection, and a breathing exercise to reset and reclaim your calm. Check the YouTube link for that gift. Much love to you all. I hope that you have a better day tomorrow. And I hope that when stress rears its head in a work environment that does not make sense, that you can simply say, this doesn't make sense, and I choose to feel differently. You are worthy of a better life. You are worthy of the best life. Take care, my friends.